What's going on, guys? We are live across YouTube Live, on Periscope, and of course on Facebook Live for a little demo for college basketball season. College basketball hoops start tonight over at Fantasy Sports Markets, and I'm excited to give you guys a quick little demo of how to put your college basketball team together. Before we do that, as some people are just diving in and getting used to us hanging out here on a Tuesday afternoon / early evening. First of all, hope everybody was able to go out and vote. If you haven't had a chance to do so, I believe there's some polling places that are still open, so please do vote if you haven't already. And secondly, promo code NFL. I gotta put my head up on here so that it doesn't cut me off. Promo code NFL18 when you guys go to fantasysportsmarkets.com if you haven't used it already. That'll get you $5 on us to be able to use in any of our contests. And incidentally enough, we got a $5 roll, $20, $10 for college basketball. If you want to do it for NBA or NHL tonight, you can do so as well. Save it for NFL this upcoming Sunday. Regardless, it is there for you guys, so we want you to be able to use it. Also, see this little thing right over here where it says send us your lineup questions? If you guys have questions for us, please don't hesitate to send them in, and we'll try to answer them in this quick little chat that we have for you today. So I'll put the promo code away. We'll bring it back at the end of the live stream. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and we can go through how to put together a college basketball lineup on FSM. Okay, so right over here is fantasysportsmarkets.com. That is our main lobby page. When you show up, it'll look something like this. Shows you all the different contests that we have available. The easiest way to do this, I'll go ahead and take my name off the screen as well, is to just go to college basketball, click on that page right here, and that'll take you to our lobby. So if you guys want to do the $1 Beat Benny Heist contest, which is $5 to first, and if you have a better lineup than mine, you double your entry fee. So let's say we wanted to enter this one, okay? We'll go ahead and go there. And for college basketball, it's different than NBA. You still have 8 players, but because college basketball, the different positions are a little bit strange, we've made it very open. So you can do guards and forwards, or guard forwards, or centers, or whatever you want. You're just picking your favorite 8 plays of the slate. So let's start with the guys that we know we're going to want to have exposure to. So, for example, I know that Luke May is a guy that I'm going to want to make sure I have in my lineup. North Carolina, interestingly enough, is starting their season on the road at Wofford. It's one of the higher totals of the night. North Carolina, I believe, is the number 7 ranked team in the country. So I want exposure to May in what I think is going to be a high-paced, up-tempo game. North Carolina going on the road is a little bit unusual, so I'm going to want to make sure that I have exposure to Luke May. Then let's go to that Kansas game where Dedrick Lawson, and by the way, if you guys missed CJ Moore of The Athletic on the Fantasy Sports Markets podcast this week, he was awesome. I'll retweet that link out in a little bit as well. He talked about how he thinks Dedrick Lawson could be the player of the year, not just in the Big 12, but in the country. So again, another guy that I'm going to want to have exposure to as well. And that same game, Duke is going to be an up-tempo pace game. Let's go with somebody like Cassius Winston. So we'll go ahead and get Winston in there. So that's already, we got 3 guys in. So again, all you're doing if you're looking for somebody is to just search their name if it's not coming up in the process. So again, I want to have exposure to the Champions Classic. So we got somebody from KU, we got someone from Michigan State. Now let's go to Duke in Kentucky. So Reed Travis is a guy that you're going to want to be aware of. The transfer from Stanford, look at these numbers that he put up. And this is one of the things you can do over at Fantasy Sports Markets. You can look at their recent performance logs, see their game logs. This is somebody that put up monster numbers last year in the Pac-12. So I'm going to want to make sure that I have Reed Travis in my lineup as well today. And then if I want somebody from Duke, I think everyone's going to be on Zion Williamson. But R.J. Barrett's the better player, and this is somebody that has a chance to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. So I'm going to go with R.J. Barrett here. We got a few more guys to fill out. Let's have somebody from Syracuse. Can't type in Syracuse. Let's go with somebody like O'Shea Brissett. That's the guy that I want to have exposure to. Get some more rebounds with him. It's a home game against Eastern Washington, so I like the battle for him. And then we got a couple more guys that we can play around with here today. Villanova, let's go with Joe Cremo. Throw him into the lineup there as well. You saw his numbers really start to go up. And look at this consistency, especially down the stretch last year. I like him in this spot tonight. Go ahead and throw him in the lineup. And then, one other thing that we have is you can go back to the main page and you can search by fantasy points per game. So I just realized that I'm leaving out guys from BYU and Nevada. You have the Martin brothers for Nevada. They're one of the top-ranked teams in the country, the number 3 team in Vegas, actually, interestingly enough, as far as if you're going to go ahead and take them for the season. They're actually ahead of Kansas, which is pretty incredible. If you wanted to stack up this game, you have Yoli Childs as a possibility. He's put up massive numbers if you want to look there as well. But I think I kind of want John Concher with IPFW, Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne, on the road at UCLA. We were looking at the odds a little bit before, and UCLA at home is only 13-point favorites, and they don't play any sort of defense whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and take Concher in this game, and I think they're going to give him plenty of minutes. One thing that I noticed about him, too, is look at these minutes. 39, 40, 40, 38. He's on the court the entire time. So I think it's a mistake not to have him. So there you go. That's your team. Go ahead. Make sure you name it. Enter a tiebreaker value. These guys, let's say if you want to try and figure out what their averages is, their tiebreaker is going to be the total number of points. So let's go ahead and put in something around the lines of 300. It's a good one to go. And again, remember when you're typing in NFL 18 is the promo code that you can use, and I'll put it back on the screen to get you $5 when you register at fantasysportsmarkets.com. You can do it when you first register. You can do it when you enter it in here. But that is how you put together your college lineup. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. And appreciate you guys being a part of this live broadcast over for Fantasy Sports Markets. Don't forget we have NBA, we have NHL for tonight as well. But obviously it's good to get college buckets back and going again. So appreciate you guys watching, and we will talk to you soon.